I am Toni Taylor with Interconnect Mortgage, and I am lucky enough to be here today with Linda Borgmeyer with Novoleo Fitness Therapy, occupational therapy, physical therapy company located in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. And one of the reasons that I wanted to talk to Linda today and share her with everybody is because, as you know, we focus a lot on aging in place. Linda works a lot with senior citizens and people that are at that point in life, and she goes into their homes and she helps them. And one of the things that I love about her is that she is all about education and people understanding what their rights are, what their resources are, how to help them find them, etc. And so, Linda, I want you, if you would, to share with everybody, the things that you come across that people don't know that they have access to. Medical services, what are some examples of some things that you have people that are at home and don't understand that it's ultimately their choice from a medical care provider, whether it's in-home nursing, skilled nursing, whether it's in-home physical therapy. Talk to us all about those kind of options.
Gosh, that is such a wide spectrum to talk about. So first thing, the best kept secret is that you can have all kinds of services in the home. You can have a nurse practitioner come, you can get your blood drawn, you can get x-rays at home, you can get physical, occupational, and speech therapy at home. Podiatrists will come and cut your toenails at home. I mean, there's so much that's available to you. So you don't have to miss doctor's appointments. Now, you can keep your primary care as well, but if you were too sick to go out, probably the last thing you want to do is go sit in a waiting room somewhere not feeling well. The nurse practitioner can come out, see you, contact your doctor, let them know what's going on. It's all paid for by Medicare under Medicare B. So that's one of the levels of service. And then if you needed even wound care, they do at home.
Wow.
Which is amazing. So you don't have to, so say you have a therapy company that you love, they're billing Medicare B, that's outpatient therapy, but they're seeing you at home or you're going to their clinic and you needed wound care. Typically what's happening out there is home health under Med A comes in, they take over the entire case and your team is kicked out. And then you have to wait till it heals and then you can go back. Now you can get some therapy with them, it's very limited. But people don't know that they don't have to do that. They can say, you know what, I'm just going to have, and there's great nurse practitioners that specialize in wound care. They, like I said, come right to your house. That's one of the things that people can age in place. It's not inevitable that you're going to go to an assisted living. It's just not. It's not inevitable that you're going to go to skilled nursing. We have 100-year-old patients living in their home. And there's some great providers. One I know, Jane Snell, and she comes in and does the build out for people who need modifications made to their home.
Yeah, I love what she does. I think that, people think sometimes they don't have a choice but to leave their home because the home is not built for their needs.
Right.
They can't get the equipment, they can't navigate, and Jane comes in and does all of that work and helps them retrofit the house to accommodate their new needs, right?
Yeah.
But so here's one of the big questions that we hear, and people just don't know, right? So where would you direct somebody to go as a resource to start to figure out how would I even go about bringing somebody in my home to take care of these needs that I have?
Well, that's another great question.
Who's the person that I call? What's the website that I go to? Who's the person that I call? Who's the care provider in my life that should be giving me this instruction and then ensuring that I'm ultimately having a say over my own care as well.
Right. So, I'm all about you deciding for yourself what it is that you want to do with your care, where you want to live, all of those things. I'm 100% supportive of whatever the decision is. So typically you would think that your primary care would know and they would guide you in that direction. But honestly, that's not their jam, I guess. They'll tell you, like, for instance, they'll tell you need to exercise, but they don't have a way of telling you how to do it. So we do have the National Care Plan Council that is local that you could call. That's a great resource, and they're set up. Honestly, I've been here for 40 years, so people just call me directly. And if I don't know the answer, then I know somebody who does. There's really no one place that has everything.
Okay.
Because, you can get private duty in the home. There's veterans benefits that are oftentimes not utilized for private duty in the home. That is, let's support our vets. And so there's lots of great programs out there. It's just finding the right care provider that has kind of their finger on the pulse of the community and what's available.
Yeah, and so for somebody that's watching this, you might go, well, why is Toni with a mortgage company sitting here talking to Linda about this? And, we work with people who own homes, and if the resources are limited for things that don't fall under your Medicaid options, then we often are able to help them through their home and utilizing for financing and additional financial resources. But one of the things that I really love about you is that you've never put yourself or your company first. You're always going to do what's right for the client and the patient to make sure that they're getting not only the care, but that they are living the quality of life that they want to live. So I appreciate you taking the time, and I'm going to put all of Linda's information down below in here, and hopefully we'll do this again, because I think you have such a wealth of knowledge, and I think that it's important for all of us to understand that we can be our own advocates. Sometimes we just don't know where to start. And ask questions, and if you don't like the way something feels, don't be afraid to push back. That's what you always teach me, is that be your own voice, and it's okay. You're not being a pain to somebody. You're advocating for yourself, and you're making sure that you're getting the best resources. And I love that you touched on veterans, because I think that's something that's not spoken about often enough. People think, my father's a veteran, he thinks he's got to go to the VA facility for everything that needs to be done. He lives 2+ hours, an hour and a half, 2 hours away from his closest medical facility, and it becomes sometimes cost prohibitive for people. It becomes physically prohibitive for people, and we just want people to know you can age in place, and that there are options out there. So again, I'm going to put all of Linda's information down below. If they did want to call Novoleo, what would be the number that they would call?
561-320-3211.
Okay, and what is your website?
Our website is Novoleo, NOVOLEOTF.com.
Okay.
But I also want to mention that, I've had patients that need to make changes to their house, and they don't have the finances for it, which is how I came to learn about the reverse mortgage, which has been phenomenal. That's a phenomenal option for people. Yeah. People get attached to their home, and at the end of your life, you don't really want to go and have to go switch and live in a community kind of setting like that, unless you love, you love that. But options.
I appreciate that. I think, knowledge is power, and we want people to know they have choices. So I'm going to put all your information down below so that people can get a hold of you. Hopefully you found this information valuable. If you did, hit the subscribe button, because that helps us bring you more information. And I'm sure we'll talk to Linda again, because when you find somebody that's as passionate and as authentic about their practice as she is, and about caring and the quality of life for people, she should be shared. So we'll see you soon.